What is up, everybody? Peter Artman Petetorious with another Petetorious interview. It is episode 8, and today I'm with another local comedian. Very funny guy. He's been getting booked all across the state, all across Pacific Northwest, and I'm jealous. But no, he's a good dude, and I see him all around the comedy club. Another guy I'd like to dive into, and we're just gonna have a nice casual talk. We're gonna kick it, talk about weed, talk about aliens, the mix of stuff, comedy in general. So let's bring him on already. Let's welcome to the show Jeremiah Hughes.
Hey, thanks for having me, buddy.
Yes, of course. Glad to have you on. Glad to have you on. And I just saw your little gig sheet for the month.
Oh
I
yeah,
like it.
that was fun. Uh I suck at making those, by the way. I hate making shit like that, dude. It makes me feel like the grossest human. It's like, look at me and all the stuff that I have, but it's just part of the game, dude, and you gotta advertise yourself. That's how people know that you're working, knows you're
Yeah,
worthwhile paying, and then they're like, shit, 15 different people are paying him this month. I'll get him in, or whatever. It
yeah.
works. It works, unfortunately.
It seems to be like that. Well, one thing I did notice is that it is in cursive, so unfortunately, all the Gen Zers are ruled out.
Yeah.
I
Yeah, I
saw
tried to
that.
class it up a little bit, yeah, and
Yeah,
then
it
people
was
were like,
too
"It's hard to
classy.
read," and I'm like, "I'm not fixing it," so
Yeah. You can just be like, hey, look, there's dates there. Like
count
you
the bullet
said,
points, kids, that's
you'll
all that
be booked.
matters.
You'll be
Yes.
booked. Yeah,
It's
man. So like,
basically local.
yeah.
Oh, sorry.
No, no,
You
no,
you do
no,
your
please.
thing. This is your show, baby. You do your
Oh
thing.
no, yeah. I was gonna just run over you and say, yeah, man. Like, how's your week been? How's everything going for you, comedy wise?
Oh, it's good, man. Comedy-wise, bombed my tits off at an open mic last night, trying new material, how it
Yeah,
goes.
yeah.
There's some promises there, like always, but it's just going through the mud, slogging through it, baby. So I'm good. I got a fun show coming up this week. I got the secret show in Seattle. So that'll
Nice.
be fun. I don't know
Yeah,
what the
yeah.
fuck
That's a midnight show, right?
yeah. I tried to pick up a date before the show, but couldn't find anything. So I'm gonna go watch the homie shout out Lynette Manning, go watch her open for Dul Sloan.
Mm, okay.
It's a pretty
Nice.
big deal. She's been all over TV and shit. Dulce is very funny, so hopefully she gets taken on the road with her, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah, no,
That'd be
definitely. That's a good accolade there. That's always a bummer too. Like, yeah, when it comes to you have a lot of shows coming up, and then you like bomb at a mic, and you're like, God, is this gonna be the momentum I'm carrying into it? Do you ever feel that? Do you feel like when you like, you might be trying new stuff, but then you obviously throw in some of the stuff you're using, and you go, ooh, even that didn't work, or like, you ever feel
yeah.
that like drag coming into a show?
Well, yeah, because open mics suck ass.
Yeah,
They don't give you good representation of like what a paid audience would do,
right.
Um, not to mention there's like usually 30 fucking comics that are doing 3 fucking minutes. And there's
Yeah,
no way to tell like within 3 minutes if this person's actually good at comedy or if they're riffing in the beginning. Like when I start a 20 or a 30-minute set, I just start by like just talking to people, dude. Like, what the fuck's up with you, man? How you doing? Or whatever. And
yeah,
when you have a 3-minute open mic spot, it's impossible to establish the same type of relationship where you're doing it for a fucking half hour. You know what I'm saying? So they
yeah.
just
No,
get
it's
bombarded
tighter.
with motherfuckers coming up like, "Hey, what's up, guys? I need high energy or whatever." And it's like, "Whoa, dude, this is Tuesday night and I'm drunk. Stop." But
Yeah,
yeah, it's open mics are horrible, but we need them to figure out the new material until you get to a spot where you have enough paid gigs you can work new shit into your shit. But we gotta do it, dude. But it sucks balls, and it's a lot of the time doesn't give you good information on what works or doesn't.
yeah. No, it's running with ankle weights, and at the same time, it's that weird part of not knowing if it's like, is the audience, I never try to blame the audience, but
Hmm.
sometimes, you're at an open mic where they're eating a burger, and and they look over like, what the fuck is this? And you're like, yeah, this probably is going to be, I'm not going to determine my life on this.
No, and there's levels to it, like if you get a little laugh at an open mic on a joke that you know is polished,
Yeah.
that'll be a good like gauge of where that crowd's at, right?
Yeah.
Something I get sorry for doing that in your guys' tits right there, but The thing about it is it's all about gauging. So I'll open my set with like a good joke so I can gauge where they're at. Maybe even two good jokes. So I can go like, "Oh, this is what like a polished bit gets."
Mhm.
So anything below that is you can kind of set a gauge. Where if you go out at an open mic and you do a new joke for the first time, first joke or a newer joke, you don't really know how that stands with 50 different audiences. So maybe they're hot, maybe they're cold, maybe they're tight as fuck, like maybe you got to loosen them up. Maybe they're not ready for your personality. There's a lot that goes into it. So when you do a good joke that is tried and true in your paid set, and then go into new material, you can kind of use those as contrast, right?
Yeah. Well, it's good, man. No, it seems like you got a good formula there. Do you ever feel like for me with comedy clubs, I take those the most serious. Like if I do bad at a comedy club, I'm like, I did something wrong. Like a
At a
dive
comedy club
bar.
open mic,
Yeah, I mean, at least like as far as those, I'm the most critical of those because like that's an attentive audience. You know,
most of
like
the
when it's like,
time.
yeah, when it's like Tacoma Comedy Club, Club Comedy, whatever. Like if they're like paying, or I mean, I guess Club Comedy does, but like, yeah,
Club
like
comedy. If you
Tacoma,
bomb at club comedy on Wednesday, you got to reevaluate what you said because that's usually a pretty
yeah,
hot crowd.
yeah. No, I bombed last night at Club Comedy. It was Halloween. It
What'd you
was
do? What'd you say to
just
piss them
not
off?
good. Just not good. Well, I have this new joke that I'm working on, and I guess I've kind of been playing with where things go because it's about this like the first time I learned to take a girl's bra off, and there's just parts of it where I'm just not really sure where to put it, and I kind of felt like I just did a premise like the premise three times, like different like the starting premise of it was done, and then I did kind of premises to the joke next,
Mhm.
and then when the punch came, it was kind of like he kind of already lost us. That's why I looked back and I and
Oh,
I
okay.
and I listened to it and I was like, yeah, yeah. I was kind of like, setting up going, yeah, God, like they should have taught us this in sex education. And then they're like, yeah.
So,
And I'm like, and then another premise. I was like, and I don't know, like it just I was kind of mad too, honestly. I was kind of mad because what's weird is like so it's a chuckle, it's a bucket style, but they like take it out and add the names in.
okay.
But it's like so the show's already started and there's only 10 names out and it's supposed to be like 30. So my name isn't still on there. And I'm going like so I've already walked back to the list like three times. I'm going
Mhm.
like, so when are we actually drawing names? Because I just want to know when I'm going up. Like, or am I
Mhm.
going up? Just like and so I kind of had that in the back of my head too. But yeah, no, so last night I was like, fucking come on, dude. That's yeah, probably the first time I've like really bombed over there. But it's a learning lesson.
Halloween's hard too. Sorry, I got a bunch of lung butter going on. But yeah, it's that's a Halloween's a hard one, man, because you get all the rejects that don't have anything to do for Halloween. And
Yeah,
and
yeah.
like at TCC it was a really weird crowd. Like everyone everyone bombed. Well, some
Oh,
people
that's where you were. That's where you were last night.
that's a yeah, that's a relative term, like
Yeah.
bombing or whatever.
Hmm.
Because like I'll have a really bad set, and people come and be like, "Dude, you did good," and I don't have the heart to tell them that that was really bad for me because in their eyes that was good. Either they're trying to be nice and give you a compliment,
Yeah.
or that was good for them, and
I
you
don't get
going
it.
that was shit is shitting on
Yeah.
them thinking that it was good. So I try to just say thanks and stuff, but everyone bombed. In my eyes, everyone bombed last night.
Yeah.
Um,
I
so
never
it's
understand
just
that.
one of those situations. Well, it's kind of like we're just walking off. We're all marching off a cliff, because if the crowd isn't into it, uh, then it was clearly everyone's plan C for the night. Everyone's like, "Well, I guess we'll just go watch comedy."
Right. Oh yeah. They're like, yeah, you're right though. There would
What
be
I
a
should have
Halloween
done.
party, or you'd be going to a bar, but then and it's like when the audience has that in mind, they're kind of depressed themselves. Like it's like we're really like, as comedians, we're supposed to give you joy, but it's a
Mhm.
Wednesday. We're not really fully invested in our own material. So
I went
you're
up. I
coming there
went up.
being like, damn.
I went up second. And
Oh
so
yeah.
they weren't even really sat down and ready to listen. I mean, I was getting information on because I did all new stuff. I was like,
Hmm.
I started with a good bit, and then it didn't work very well. And I was like, fuck it, dude. I'm just gonna throw shit at the wall and see if it sticks. So I started doing new stuff, which did surprisingly better than the old the first bit I did. So
Yeah.
that's good. I got some good intel off of it. But going up
Okay.
second, they weren't even ready to hear comedy, man. Like by the time shout out Brandon White, by the time Brandon went up, they were way more loose, and then even he was really struggling. But boy,
Good. He
he'll
needs
probably
to
disagree.
struggle.
He'll probably
I
disagree with like I did great, but I
yeah.
saw some sweat on your forehead, boy. But
Yeah, there you
no,
go. I never get that though. I'm always, I've had those sets where I'm like, that was bad. Subjectively, the whole place probably knew that. But someone say, "Hey, good job." I'm like, don't do that. If you're an audience member seeing this, do not just let us be. Let us drown.
tell
Like
me good
I
job. I love
it,
that.
it's
I
not
like a
if
good troll.
if it's not good, if you're like, "Hey guys," and then this and nothing happens, like
Oh
and
yeah,
that
you
that was
gotta
like
kill yourself after that.
like it just that's your set. Do not say good job. Like just
I don't
there's
think I've ever
nothing.
had a set like that.
Yeah.
I where you
Man,
got have you had a set where you got nothing the whole time?
yeah,
You've had
907.
those? Oh
At the
my god.
907, yeah. At the 907. It was oh my god, the worst set I've ever had. It was God.
This is what
I
the
mean, it
people
was
want to hear.
yeah, worst sets for sure. I don't even remember the jokes. I remember about one time I was talking about one eye driving, being so drunk that I was one eye driving. And I was just like, come on, guys, we've all done that before. It was so terrible. And God, it was probably my third joke in. Still nothing. And this one girl just goes, just that. I'm just like, I even went, why are you doing that? I'm sinking. Like it was
I
so
didn't get a
bad.
laugh when you said, "Why are you doing that?"
No,
Nothing?
still nothing. No, so
Oh
the
man.
907. If you haven't been
Mm.
in the
I've
907,
never been there, bro. People
oh
I hear horrible things, so I don't go.
yeah, it's a very well, so how it really works out is like you have a bunch of tables everywhere. If I can even draw a schematic of like it's like there's tables everywhere, and then there's the outskirts, and that's where all the comics sit. And in those outskirts is the shadows. So you're kind of just looking at empty tables most of the time,
Oh boy.
you know. So there's few people at the tables this time, but you know you need faces. So you're kind of just looking out in the ether, just bombing, and yeah, it was just straight up flatline the whole time. And I went, holy shit, this cannot get any worse. And that's true. It was the worst it
Wow.
got. And even Amani afterwards did a joke afterwards, and he goes, "See, Peter, it wasn't the audience." That one, I was like, "Hey,
No
dude, that was."
way. Oh,
I was like, "Hey, dude, that was kind of fucked up." Like, I'll be
that
real.
was
Yeah, yeah.
ouchie wawa.
To add to it,
Ow.
yeah, that one was kind of fucked up. I told him that, but
Damn,
yeah,
man.
that
Sometimes you just
was
make a hole, man. Sometimes you just dig a
yeah.
hole. And I had a snap set one time
Oh,
where I fought. This is the one time. It happened one time.
snap set?
Booker's out there. It only happened one time. And it won't
Would you say
happen
snap
again.
set?
Yeah, snap set, baby.
What's
I've
that?
lost my mind. Oh, it's like
Oh,
when a comic freaks out and like
oh, okay, okay, yeah, yeah,
melts down on stage.
yeah,
No,
yeah.
I didn't melt down, but I threatened to kill a bunch of old people.
Oh,
I
yeah,
would consider
just
that a
yeah,
snap
that's
set.
not bad.
Uh, well, they were being a big disruption. There's like
Oh,
a
okay.
table up front, like right up front. Like if the stage is like right here, the
Mm-hmm.
table right here,
This is
and
the
then
first
there's a
one.
bunch of people everywhere out. But like a six topper right here, a bunch of old people.
Yeah.
Um, a bunch of old people were sitting there and they're like speaking over the microphone, to like have conversation. Like they
Mm.
bought tickets to go to a comedy show and then just spoke over the entire show, spoke over the host, spoke over the guest spot. I was the feature. And I
Jesus.
went up there and obviously ignoring them didn't work because they were so loud that like a lot of the audience were like, what is she saying? Or whatever.
Yeah,
So,
yeah,
so I decided to call an audible and I decided to go up there and go like, hey, 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 until they stopped talking and listened to me. And then
yeah,
it took like 45 seconds. It was not a good call, but I stuck with it. And then one of them stopped and I go, hey, like we're trying to do a show and people paid money. Could you please shut the fuck up? And then they were like, well, you got to be funny first. and shit like that. Where it like immediately I was pissed, and I looked around at everybody. I'm like, there's like 30 of us and 6 of you, dude. Well, we'll just kill you, you know? And
You said
everyone
that?
laughed. Yeah,
That's
everyone
nice.
laughed. I go,
Okay.
it's not. I'll just push you down some stairs, bro. Like it's not gonna take much. Maybe 2 stairs. Meet me on my front porch. And then everyone like laughed at that as well. So it worked out fine. But then they ended up getting really pissed and they got kicked out by the bartender. And then they tried to like file a complaint with the venue about me threatening them, and it was like, dude, it's a show, bro. Come on. It was
Yeah.
mean. I was hella mean about it. Like I was like, I will kill you. But like,
Yeah. You got laughs
no.
though.
Yeah, dude.
What the
Well,
fuck?
everyone else loved it, dude.
I thought
Everyone
you were gonna
else, like
match up
after
my
the
bomb
show.
story.
No,
How
well,
dare you?
hold on.
No, that's funny though. You were like, "Oh yeah, no, I got one. Oh, I did good, and everything went great." I was like, "Fuck you."
Hey,
Oh shit.
I'm sorry to do this right in the middle, but it seems like something's happening. Can I pause this really quick
Yeah, what's going on?
here? Downhill. Anyway, sorry about that.
That doesn't sound good, man. That does not sound good.
Yeah, it's all good. I'll find a better place. This place is nice for right now. I don't think it'll go. I don't think it'll totally tank in a year. So I'll jump it. I'll jump ship.
Yeah, where are you staying at right now?
Olympia.
Olympia.
Don't want to blow up the spot, but it's West Olympia. Pretty nice
Okay.
little gated complex, but
Yeah, yeah. No,
you
because
kind of
you're
need a
the
gate around here.
yeah, no, it's in the ghetto and stuff like that. Are you you're the pride of Aberdeen, right? You'll be like, hey, I'm the Aberdeen hometown kid and such.
Yeah. There's some cool people that have come from Aberdeen recently, bro. Like there's a famous WWE superstar that grew up in Aberdeen, Daniel Bryan.
Okay.
Yeah,
Oh, is he from Aberdeen? Okay.
born and
Yeah, yeah.
raised, bro. Yeah,
Oh, gotcha. Yeah, yeah. When I was
yeah.
working at KSW and stuff like that, he'd always go there, and he's a pretty big dude. I don't know shit about wrestling, so I mean,
No, he's like doing the damn thing in the WWE though.
yeah,
And you know, obviously Kurt Cobain and John Madden went to college in Aberdeen. Did you know that?
I did not.
John
That's
Madden
a
went to
weird.
Grace Harbor
What
College.
weird? Like what? Did a good broadcasting school or something?
I don't know. I think the time when he was there, he documented being the most miserable in his life he ever was. Aberdeen, Washington, baby.
That's funny.
Also voted
That
the
says a
ugliest
lot.
city in Aberdeen, ugliest city in Washington, Aberdeen is. So
Yeah. Do you get tired
yeah.
of that where you're like, oh, fucking Kurt Cobain? Yeah, we get it. Or you're just like, hey, it's just what we
No,
know
that's
for.
all we have, bro. You got to cling to
Yeah.
something, bro.
There you
We
go.
got beautiful nature, bro. Like the nature out towards the rainforest, out towards there, bro. It's unmatched. I was born
No.
in. I'll go pound for pound with somebody, maybe Hawaii or somewhere like that. But like this is where I came from is the most beautiful part of the United States. And the United States is one of the most beautiful countries in the world. What does that mean? I came from one of the most beautiful
America.
places in the world, bro. God bless America. But you know what I'm saying? It's like you can't match that Pacific Northwest moss dripping off the pine trees or evergreen trees. But you know,
Yeah, yeah. No, man.
Chehalis
No, it's
River
definitely
runs right through it.
the Chehalis runs through it. No, I dig it, man.
Mhm.
Dude, so you're hitting a weed pen right now?
Yes.
Are you hitting a weed pen? Dude, I gotta ask you about that. Like,
I also have a bag of volcano vapor right here, but it's too noisy. You hear all this tinkling?
yeah, yeah. No, clean, clean, do it all. Dude, how god damn, man. Like even when I smoked, I'm not able to like do it in the morning, or else it just like it's like alcohol. Like where if I don't keep doing it, I start to slump. Do you feel
Right.
that at
That's the
all?
key. Well, that's what they say about alcohol is you can't drink all day unless if you start in the morning. You ever hear that? You can't drink all
Oh
day if you
yeah.
don't start in the morning. Drake says it in one of his songs, but it's an old booze bag adage. And
Yes.
well, it's the same thing, man, because you build a tolerance. So like if
Yeah.
I this is just normal, bro. Like I smoke all
Yeah.
day, every day, all the time.
So I
People
know
like
you
Adam
do.
Tiller, people that are sober
Yeah.
now, like Adam Tiller, they're blown away at the amount of cannabis I consume.
Yeah. Actually, so today is actually so I did sober October. Today is the first day I can relapse, and I might, but I definitely won't do it now because it's too early. But yeah, like if I smoked weed right now, I'd be high all day. it's 11:40. Yeah, I would be
Mhm.
high all day. You would probably be
Till
high
you
for like
go to
10
bed?
minutes.
Yeah,
Yeah,
20
no,
minutes, yeah.
I would I would go, like when I was smoking like this, past month, it'd be like 6 hours. I would wake up hungover. Like I get weed. It's just I love weed, but I don't
Yeah,
know, man. It's
you
like
wake up with a
weird,
green screen from smoking?
pretty much.
Oh,
It's
wow.
fucking getting weird like
Low
that.
tolly, dude. Low
Dude, I'm
tolly.
a I'm a I'm a cheap date. But what I was gonna ask you too is, so I've done the I did like a whatever, like the dope show, Luke Severide's version or whatever, the Now and Later.
Mhm.
Um, and man, when I did that, bro, like I always stand up when I do comedy. When I get high, I have to sit down. Like that shit gets it's so overwhelming how
It'd be
much
funny
like
if you just, like, instead of using the stool, you sat on the floor.
just be like just act
Just
like I'm
say
not doing it and sit on
crisscross
the floor.
applesauce on the stage floor and just give jokes to people. That would be next level.
Dude, I might do that. Well, like, and that's the thing too. When I was telling everybody there, I was like, hey man, like I gotta let you all know, everybody on this show, like smokes. Like they get high and then they're getting higher. I'm sober and I'm getting high. Like this is the real now or later. Like I don't get why. Like that's for you, right? Like when you're doing the dope show, you're like, I'm already high. I'm just gonna get higher.
I don't smoke the whole day before the smoke show or
That's
the
good.
dope show. Yeah, I don't smoke the whole day before the show, so it'll hit me, and then I smoke like, normally I smoke weed all day, but for the
Yeah,
dope show, I'll smoke, like, hash or keef,
yeah,
and then,
that's good.
on top of that, you ham it up, you know?
Yeah,
Like, so you're like, "Whoa, dude, holy." You come out and you're like, and then they laugh because 'cause they're like, "Holy shit, he's high as hell," but you just know what high as hell is, you know, like, well, I've walked down that road. I know how to act high as hell because 'cause I've been high as hell. So,
yeah. Huh,
but
e
we've all been
even at your stage of tolerance, do you ever like, have you ever gotten paranoid on stage? Have you ever, like, do you smoke too much? You're like, "Oh, shit."
I think, like, when you smoke this much weed, you're in a slight state of paranoia all the time about something, you
Yeah?
know, like, you
Huh.
think everyone hates you or your comedy career is failing or, you're gay or whatever it is, you know, like, paranoid about all
Am I
shut
gay?
up
Shit.
voices in my head, but anyway,
Yeah, yeah. Okay. Yeah, because I mean, yeah, for me, one hit, I'm getting to that state. Like for me, actually, my friend broke it down really good. Is that like the first 20 minutes is the heart racing, paranoia, but then afterwards, it's just weed.
yeah, you're
But
not
it's
smoking the
that
right weed, homie. You need
yeah,
a
it's
chill CBD, THC indica, man. Like, you need something
there we
that'll make you
go.
feel sedated. Yeah,
This
yeah,
is what I
and
need.
that's
I need the diagnosis right here. I like it. That's good.
prescribe you some weed.
Tell
No,
you
I'm
my
a certified
symptoms.
medical consultant, so I can give advice to people that have medical cards in Washington State.
Yeah.
Um, I can shepherd them through cancer. I've actually helped, this
Damn.
is something I'm proud of. I've,
Yeah.
worked at that dispensary for 8 years, and I was able to with the doctors as well. It wasn't all me, but in conjunction with the doctors, like, I was able to help someone into remission that was, like, looking at death, and, they're completely remissed, like, no cancer at all. Came in and she
Yeah.
came in with a piece of paper, a letter, and she handed it to me, and she said, "I can't say this, so here you go," and she left, and then it was like, "Thank you, you saved my life," like, literally, like,
Wow.
I can't even say this to you without crying, so thank you, and I still have it somewhere in a shoebox that I keep a lot of like, special stuff, but, like, I got
Wow.
into it to help people, man, like, because weed can be really helpful. Now, some people
Yeah.
overhype the shit where it's like, "It cured my heart disease," and I'm like, "Well, come on, man." There's a line, but, like, yeah, it can be really helpful for people. If someone out there knows someone that's suffering from cancer or wants to use weed, there's a good place called phoenixtears.ca, and that's a great information place where you can learn how to use RSO or make your own, and that's what they use to fight cancer. So
Wow. So is there like, I mean, is their cancer weed? Like if you're just like this one would be specific for like, I mean, like whatever the
I'm sure there's all
terpenes and all
sorts of
sort of
weeds that'll
shit.
give you cancer.
No. I mean, sorry. Did I say give
I
cancer? I meant cure cancer.
no, I'm
Wow.
kidding. I'm just
Okay. I was like,
joking.
holy shit. I was like, I hope I didn't say the wrong word. But yeah, I mean, like, are there ones that, yeah, like, I mean, are specifically for helping cancer?
Well, yeah, I mean, like, a lot of the times it is used smoking weed at least it is used to combat the symptoms of chemotherapy and radiation. So that'll
Mm,
make you sicker than a dog. So a lot of the
yeah.
times when people smoke, they'll use it to help the symptoms out, get an appetite or to relieve nausea or the crippling pain that comes with it. But when you come into really fighting cancer itself, a lot of the times it's eating the RSO, which is an edible concentrated extract, right? It looks like fucking black tar heroin. It's black and gunky and sticky as hell. It tastes like shit. But essentially, like, without getting too into the weeds, without a pun, on the molecular level, essentially, like, alcohol breaks down all the cannabinoids, all the different compounds in weed, and so they
Hmm.
steep it in food grade alcohol and then cook out the alcohol, so you have all the cannabinoids right there, right? And then because you heated it up to a certain temperature to get the alcohol out, the THC and all the cannabinoids are activated through a process called decarboxylation, which is essentially just ripping a carbon molecule off of it, making it so that our body can uh, get it through the blood-brain barrier through eating it. Essentially, you steep weed in alcohol. All the good shit in the weed goes out in the alcohol. You cook off the
Hmm.
alcohol. You have the good shit left. You eat like a gram of it a day, and you will be fucked up. Like you'll be like high on mushrooms all day until you build a tolerance to it. But
Yeah.
there's a lot of personal anecdotes that like cured cured's a strong word, sent them into remission. Because if you
Yeah.
know how cancer works, you can't really cure cancer. We wake up with cancer cells every day. That's why you have killer T cells. All cancer
Mm,
is a gene that mutated. So
okay.
every day cells replicate. Every
So
day
they eat
there's
it. You're talking about how like
yeah,
that's the stuff they eat, and that is the stuff that would attack whatever negative effects of chemotherapy are happening,
yeah, it helps that.
basically.
But also when people eat it, without being in chemotherapy, their cancers went away. Their tumors have
Mm,
shrunk. Um, People put it on their skin, like on their melanoma and stuff like that, and it'll completely go away. My dad's done it. He
mm,
had melanoma like on his face, and he put RSO on it every single day, and it went away. And the doctor was fucking blown away.
yeah. And so you
So there's
manage a chemo, or I mean, not chemo, a weed shop, right?
a chemo shop. Yeah. It's,
Yeah. Yeah. There we go.
yeah.
Anti
No,
chemo.
I'm a, I'm like a member of a management team. So there's 5 managers that manage
Okay.
going on, 3 going on more stores. So
Yeah. And you were telling me might have to fire somebody. You were saying, hey, so I got to end this abruptly because you might have
yeah,
fire somebody. I
yeah.
mean,
I
how
can't
the
say
fuck do you get
much.
fired? That's all I'm saying. How the fuck do you get fired? I mean, Jesus Christ. I mean, I guess if you
Stealing.
can't say, you can't say. But my God, it's like, how do
You
you
can
get
get
fired
fired
from
a
a
lot
weed
of
shop?
ways. You be an
Well,
asshole. You can steal. You can rub other people the wrong way. I mean, if you're not a good fit,
but that's
there's
like,
a good saying
God.
in life. It's not what you do, it's who you do it with, right? And so if you're fucking miserable to be around and you're not a good fit for the team, dude, fucking see you later.
But
Because
it sounds like if you can't be chill at a weed shop, what fucking job can you do? Like that's just so weird.
probably
Like
none.
everybody's high. Yeah, exactly. Everyone's high. Everyone's cool. Like if you're a sketchy person at a weed shop, you're not fit for fucking anything. You better start your own company because no one's gonna fucking like you.
It is
Right?
hard to find good help. I will say that, man. Like,
Mm,
it being a manager and hiring people, there's a lot of dumb motherfuckers that don't want to do work and don't give a shit.
of
And
course. Yeah. They're getting
that's
high all
everywhere,
day.
bro.
Yeah.
But like
Yeah.
on top of that, you attract some people that are like, I can smoke weed and sell, weed all day, bro. And it's like, it's really retail is what it is, bro. Could you work at Walmart at a cashier? Because our store's busy, bro. Like, there's not standing around time. There's always someone
Yeah.
waiting for you. It seems like so.
Fuck.
Like,
I just want to
are
do
you a cashier at
nothing.
Walmart? Because like, can you count change? Because if you're bad at counting change, I'm fire you, bro. Like,
Oh, dude, I'd be fired. My mathematical side has shriveled. I'll be like, wait, what's 31 times 3? Oh shit. Okay. Yeah, no, I'm out of it like that. I'd be on
Yeah.
the side of being like, hey, let me just tell you what to do. I'm in the sale. I am in sales. I've been doing sales for 8 years. I'm more of like the here's what's good for you.
Oh
But
yeah.
somebody else count that shit.
Yeah. Hell yeah, dude. Well, what do you sell? What do you sell?
I've
I'm gonna
I've
start interviewing you.
yeah. No, I dig it, man. I've been in retail sales. I sold computers at Apple. I sold furniture for Ashley Furniture, and then mattresses for Mattress Firm. Yeah. Yeah,
Nice.
no furniture. I was just talking about the corruption of furniture and how, like, have you bought furniture before from like a big store?
From like IKEA.
Yeah, yeah. You know what's funny? It's like there's always everybody either goes to IKEA or they'll like shop the Ashley brand type of stuff. But
Right.
I mean,
I'm a big IKEA component guy because IKEA is big because
yeah,
at least correct me if I'm wrong, but it's so much cheaper because you put that shit together yourself. I used to be in general carpentry excuse me, general contracting. My dad was a carpenter, so I'll put a
mm.
fucking couch together. I don't give a fuck, dude.
You put the couches together?
Yeah.
Fuck, man, fuck
I
that.
put my
I would
recliner
not.
together. I put most things I buy are furniture from IKEA because it's like I'm not super rough on stuff and it's
Yeah,
cheap. You put it together, you buy it in a box.
damn. God, yeah, no. When you put it together, I'm not that handy either, man. I'm not that type of handy.
Did you
Mm-mm.
see the newest South Park, the Panderverse?
No,
Oh, check it
no,
out.
I've
It's
not.
funny. They talk about everyone not knowing how to do shit anymore. And it's like all the handymen get rich as fuck because they have like essentially it's like Musk and Bezos. Like they start racing in space, but they're just handymen that no one else could do anything. So they started paying them $20,000 to fix the toilet. But yeah,
That's
there's
pretty
a lot of
true.
truth to that, man. There's a lot of
Yeah,
truth to that though, because like I hire young people and they are dumb as hell. And then I do comedy, and then teachers will come up to me and go, "Oh, I teach the fifth grade," or "Oh, I teach eighth grade," and I'll go, "How is it?" And they're like, "Man, they're pussies now, dude. They're complete
yeah,
pussies. Like they're useless. They're sensitive. They're soft." I'm like, "What the hell's happening to my America, baby? What the hell?"
dude. I mean, what TikTok and like the phones are doing, it's. I don't envy anybody. I don't envy anybody raising kids right now. Like I have a
No, dude,
big
TikTok's
question,
ridiculous.
moral question of raising kids right now. And well, I mean, for me, I'd be like, look, I gotta take you away from the phone. I cannot. I don't think I could give
Yeah.
people a phone because, especially selling furniture, that's one thing that I see parents do all the time is give their kid the phone. And I mean, I've seen kids where it looks like they are about to fall off a cliff. Like they're just like, no, just like give me the phone. The second they get the phone, they're just like, ah, ooh, just like that.
Yeah, well, it's
Like that
heroin for
shit's,
them, bro.
dude. Yeah,
It's all
no,
dopamine.
it's
It's all like it'd
yep,
be like letting your kid drink and eat candy all the time. Like, you gotta put
yeah,
a limit on it for their
and they
own
do that
health,
too.
and nowadays, that's not really talked about, but in the future, I will bet that a lot of the times they'll be like, "What, you don't moderate your children's screen time?" As if it's like candy, like,
Yeah,
because they know how bad it is, but eh, we didn't live in a time where candy was just invented and we didn't know the bad effects of candy and the effects that children have on candy. I mean, I guess you could say a similar thing with like video games when they first came out. They're corrupting the youth or whatever, but it
yeah.
didn't really do much. But
Yeah, no,
I
that's the point. Is well, it's a good point that we don't have the studies out yet for it. I mean, it's all it already is there, but there does need to be like just it's just the
bro,
fact that there's not like a parental advisory yet.
yeah, we don't need studies. We know the effects it has on kids and shit. Like you just said,
Yeah,
you don't even have kids and you noticed it, bro. Like
right.
pretty soon it'll be common knowledge that like hitting kids, that's a good example, right? Like I got my fucking ass kicked a couple times, and I'm not old. I'm 30 years old, man.
Yeah,
So maybe 30 years ago it was fine to be like, shut the fuck up, or whatever. And pretty soon, bet you 30 years down the line from now, like it would be pretty fucked up to just give a kid a phone. You know what I'm saying? Just like you're
yeah,
smacking the shit out of that kid because it's gonna traumatize them, dude. They're gonna come across some shit.
yeah. You think it'll go backwards? You think it'll be we'll have the well, there's it that strong times or hard times create strong men create easy times, whatever. Like you think that that's going to be kind of the next cycle? Is it's going to be so delicate, like they're saying, there's so many soft kids coming out that there's eventually just going to be it's going to just go right back to like, all right, you know what? We need to start hitting people.
No, I think that'll happen naturally. Like I think it's all cyclical, right? Like how people say like, "Oh, the 90s are coming back." But I think the 90s in the realm of like neon color and, whatever. So let's say
Mm.
the 90s are coming back cuz people are starting to wear neon again, right? Are the 90s coming back or are people tired of the fucking drab tones of the thousands? You know what I'm saying? And so
Mm.
like do hard times make tough men? Yes. Do soft times make weak men? Maybe not. Maybe they're sick and tired of the tough men being douchebags, so they're soft and understanding. And then after a while, it goes a little too far, and they're like, "God, we need some tough guys around here. They're all pussies, you know." And then so the next generation are tough dudes because their dads are wimps, you know. Their dads have
Mm.
IPA bellies and talk with a wisp. And it's like, dude, what the fuck, man? Like, come on, let's play some
Yeah.
football, and like it'll come back, like for sure.
Huh.
We're
Okay.
just
So
in we're in a pendulum swing that's
yeah.
like soft boy, hard boy, soft boy, hard. And the idea is to be right here, but
Yeah.
it's
So as
never
we're
like
one
that because it's
generation
just a
away.
pendulum.
So we're
I
just
don't
one
know, maybe a
generation away
couple.
from
I
it.
don't know how
Yeah.
big the generation pendulum is, but
Yeah.
I feel
Yeah.
like I was caught in a good middle ground, dude, where I'm super understanding. I'm like I'm empathetic towards people. I can think out of the box, but I'm also was raised in the late 90s where I'm like, don't be a fucking bitch, or like whatever. And I can be tough, I'm a man, you know.
Yeah.
And
We're on the cusp of it.
yeah, no, I feel like I was caught in that middle time where I'm like, I get both sides. Like I get there's a place for a manly man. And I also get being a little more sensitive because my dad is a redneck from Montana, right? My
Mm.
dad's like a
Grit.
fucking gritty, tough, what the fuck did you say to my face, bitch boy? You know,
Yeah.
um, and so my idea of conflict when I was a kid was not what people consider conflict. Like people consider like, why did you do that? That hurt my feelings. That's conflict. What I
Mm.
thought conflict was like, bitch, fucking get out of the truck. Let's do it. That's conflict to me. So when I would come at people almost aggressive, in my mind, that was just talking. Well, bro, we're not
Mm.
fighting, bro. This isn't conflict. So that's like the hard boy side of the spectrum where like, after it swings, like you get me in the middle where I'm like a little bit of both. Like I like candles and I like going out to pumpkin patches, but I can defend myself and I like guns. Oh, I went on the record. I own a gun. Oh my God. But
I like how you went to
it's like
just,
that.
I like candles. I like pumpkin patches. Like
I'm also a man.
that's your south side.
Like I
Yeah.
like I like being rowdy with the boys. I like wrestling around. I
Okay.
like doing manly shit. I like shooting guns and building shit. And then you swing over on the other side and you get what South Park was talking about, which is like these professionals that don't know how to do much, that are too soft and buy into ideology maybe they shouldn't, and either side's bad. I think you should be in the middle. Come on, man. Buddha talked about it, bro. Middle path, bro.
Buddha, Zen Buddha. Do you
I love
subscribe to
Buddhism.
anything? Are you religious or like do you have any sort of
Yeah, I'm Muslim. No, I'm just kidding.
Yes, let's go.
No, I'm agnostic, bro, but I like the teachings of Buddhism. I was
Yeah.
raised in a Baptist family. So growing up you struggled with like the like is God real kind of thing.
Hmm.
And I settled on the idea that we can't know. We don't know, bro. And
Yeah.
anyone that wants to act like they know, it's a safety blanket for them. Which is like cool. You don't take that existential safety blanket from people. That's an asshole move to do. But not everyone needs that. And I'm secure enough in my own morality to go, I don't know. I might just be dead forever. Maybe I'll go up to a mystical sky dad. Maybe I'm reincarnated. Maybe this energy that makes me different than this computer I'm talking on. Maybe that little energy will go somewhere else. I don't fucking know. But all I know is that if I for sure say I know, I'm fucking lying, dude. And
Yeah.
whether you're lying to yourself or you're lying to someone else, and that's where it's wrong. I
Right.
understand it could be scary as fuck, and I'm not gonna take that from somebody. Like, if you need to act like you know what happens, you do you, baby. But I know that we don't know. We're just humans, bro, and we probably don't even have the capacity to understand. So there's no point in
Yeah.
trying.
That
If
is
there,
the crazy part of it too, is just that part of where it's beyond us. No one comes back to tell us. So why, like, yeah, why have that philosophy that you know the answer when you're just all that does for you is walk around like you're better than everybody.
right, worst case scenario, I'm going to hell forever. Right?
Yeah.
God damns me because I didn't have blind faith, right? Well, this is what I would say to God. I'd go, God, you know that I don't have the ability to know for certain, right? And isn't the
God, we're
best
cool, man.
is, isn't the best act of faith to wait and find out and not just subscribe to the religion that I was born into generationally? Because like maybe Zeus was the god, and I'm like in a Judeo-Christian era where like no matter what I was told, we don't know who God is. You know what I'm saying? Are you following that?
Oh
Because
yeah.
like we're born in
Yeah.
a Christian era, but who's to say the Muslim God isn't the real one? You know, because I
Right.
was
Oh
born
yeah.
into Christianity. Well, I'm gonna wait and find out, dude. I'm not gonna bet. I'm not putting my
Hmm.
cards down, dude. I'm waiting to find out. And if God was omnipotent, he would know that and he would understand what I'm doing.
Oh
Boom,
yeah.
in heaven.
And according to Christian and Catholic, it's like Jesus was white. It's just like, okay, so we have to be born into something that we have to neglect the fact that like there's no way
Didn't they paint
that
him white because that made him more holy? Isn't that I heard that somewhere. Because
I
like
don't
in
know.
India and in the Middle East, it's like the lighter skinned you are, the more holy you are. Like because essentially like the less work you do outside, right? So like
Huh.
it's like more attractive in India to be paler skinned because you don't work outside, you know? And so
Huh. Yeah.
maybe they I think I've heard someone say maybe they made Jesus light skinned to show his holiness, like that was why
Hmm.
he was white is because it was the contrast between like most people in Jerusalem ain't fucking white. And so they're like, that's God. He's white as hell. And it is fucking 100 degrees out here, dude. That guy is white. Or like, whatever. That's I just heard
Yeah.
that. And it made a lot of sense, because we do the
It shows
opposite
it
here. We
shows
think
it
it's
shows the
sexy to be
royalty.
tan in America, like we think
Yeah.
it's sexy to like be a rugged working tan man. And it's not like that everywhere.
And you think that exerts like the hard work, like a tan would exert hard work, maybe? Like that's like the contrast there, maybe? I don't know.
I don't know why being tan is sexy in America.
Yeah,
Maybe.
because
Oh,
we like that.
maybe.
We like a tan blonde girl, or women like a tall, dark, and handsome. Like I
Hmm.
wonder if that's like
Yeah.
there's
I
some sort
wonder
of.
why. Why do you think? Why do you think people are in America are so attracted to darker skin?
Well, I will say, well, factually, I look better with a tan because my teeth look whiter. That's always something. Whenever I go back from Hawaii or wherever trip, I'm like, ooh, my teeth, like got little shiners there. I'd say that's one thing. So it might be just like the color contrast,
Maybe it
but
doesn't hurt people to look at you in the sun like it's snow. You know, like maybe
right.
if it was really sunny out and the sun's beaming off almost a super pale person, um, maybe it's like looking at snow in the sun. You're like, oh god, damn. But these
Yeah,
people,
no,
they
right.
say
Oh
they're
yeah.
easy on the eyes, right? They're easy on the eyes. Maybe
Ah,
that was like
yeah.
doesn't
And
hurt to
also
look at their
also
pale skin in the sun.
when you're white as fuck, like you're also very translucent too. It might be a sign of good health, being like here the good vitamin D
Oh yeah,
um in
oh yeah.
them.
Because when you get sick,
Whereas
you go pale.
there we go. When you're
A lot
sick,
of
you go
color in
pale.
your
You
face.
look like you're healthy.
Yes.
Mm, which is not good for Washington because we
No,
all
we're
look
full of pale
we're death.
honks.
Yeah, we look deathly. We're just made fun of by like every other state, being like, you guys are pale, depressed. It's like, yeah, bitch, that's why we're making
Not
comedy.
wrong. Not wrong.
Yeah.
Tacoma is a little hotbed for comedy. Tacoma, Seattle is a little hotbed right now.
Yeah. You know what? It's weird. It's you. I don't know. I mean, I guess I've performed in New York before, in San Jose, in Florida, and it's just weird to think that like what it seems like everywhere. I'm trying to think of exactly what the words are. So I'm thinking of the word transferable. Like when you go to LA, New York, you're LA, New York,
Right.
you know. But when it comes to like Washington, it's like a Washington comic. You can like I've noticed that the really good comics kind of get stuck here, where it's like, I mean,
Oh, I see what you're
you're
saying.
not
Yeah.
as it's like the market value of a Seattle comic. Obviously, New York and Cali
Bro,
have
there's no
different levels
industry
to
here.
it. But exactly. But what is industry now? That's the thing. It's like because we have LA, and that's going to shit. And when it comes to like
Well,
industry, that's only just talking
industry
about
just
movies.
means no. Industry just means booking agents, managers, talent agencies, you know. Um, and like when you ask about a festival, if you're going to be on a festival, you say, is there going to be industry there? Because it doesn't fucking matter if there's not going to be like booking agents or someone that can represent you or
Mhm.
someone that can get you into their talent agency and get you more work. It's all about the networking. And a lot of the times people that you think should blow up that live around here. I was talking to a couple comics that have had good successes. They say you got to leave to get famous and then come back to be a hero. Like you're not going to get famous out of Washington. It's not going to
Yeah.
happen. You got to go to a place where there's real industry, and then get a name, and then come back, and everyone will be like, "Oh my god!" You can see it even on a small scale if people go somewhere and then come back, and now they have more prestige or whatever. But
Mhm.
it's because we're out in the tall grass out here. I've had Nate Jackson told me, he's like, dude, there's nothing going on here. Use that to your advantage. Like learn to do comedy while no one's looking, and then waltz out
Yeah.
to where there's industry, and they'll be like, where the fuck did this guy come from? And
Yeah.
there's a blessing and a curse to that, but you have to know that if you want to do comedy full time, you don't have to leave Washington. But if you want the best bet at it, you probably will. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like you'll probably go to New York, you'll probably go to Austin, you'll probably go to LA, you'll probably go to Chicago, Atlanta, those big comedy cities. Like I said, we
Yeah.
got a fun little bubbling pot, but it's not Hotlanta, baby. It's not New York City, it's not Manhattan. We ain't talking this
I
is
like
Austin, Texas.
you're definitely in showbiz. Like it ain't hot Atlanta, baby. I like it. You got that flavor. Yeah. No, it's weird. I guess I'd say like the industry. You're right. There's the booking people. Like there's not the booking agents. There's not that sort of industry here. But it seems like the landscape's kind of changed because you think of like sometimes it just takes a good podcast to get on. Like I mean, Kill Tony, for example, or there's
Yeah.
even
But you got to
just
go to Austin,
different.
Texas for that.
Right. But I'm saying, but also, but it's weird. We just don't have that. Like we don't have one thing of a Kill Tony esque or
Because they
even a
leave,
club,
bro.
even a
Hans Kim
club.
left.
I know,
Yeah,
bastard.
yeah. Well, the closest thing we have to an A-list club, which is an A-list club, is Tacoma Comedy Club and Bark
Yeah.
Entertainment. Bark
Hmm.
Entertainment has 8 clubs throughout the country,
Yeah.
and Tacoma Comedy Club is like the elite club that they have. And if you listen to interviews from Sam Rail, Mark Norman, Dave Attell, any of these people, and they bring up Tacoma Comedy Club, they have nothing but good things to say. And
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, it's on a podcast. They probably don't want to rip a place they want to come back to, but I've
Right.
heard nothing but good things about TCC, man. And it's
Oh yeah.
ran really well. I'd say that we do have a really cool club that not a lot of people take advantage of. It blows my fucking mind. Nothing to any other club, but if
Hmm.
if you're an open micer and you're spending your time other places while there's an open mic going at TCC, you're a dumbass. And thank you for letting me have a spot there because that's what's the end game? You want to be a road comic? You want to learn? You want to meet headliners and work in a club, right?
Hmm.
Go to a club and work there. Get used to it. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Why would you be in a bar unless if you can't get on there and you already tried? Like that's where people need to go. Tacoma
Hmm.
Comedy Club because that's like a real chain A-list club. Like do what you want to do. If you want to be in bar clubs as a hobbyist or bar shows as a hobbyist, excuse me, your whole life, do that, bro. But I want to be a headliner in clubs. So I go watch headliners in clubs. I work out in clubs. Like that's what I want to do. Do I hit bar shows all the fucking time, dude? You saw my list. But that's to get better at your craft. End game, I want to be a road comic. That's up to these people that won't travel places. It drives me nuts, dude. It's
Dude,
in
you
the name.
travel.
Road
You
comic, bro.
and
Like,
you travel. You do travel. You
yeah,
travel
and
some
it's
ways.
some
From
people are like,
Aberdeen for a hot
"Oh,
minute.
I don't wanna go to Seattle, it's an hour away." I'm like, "You fucking pussy, dude. Are you kidding me?" Like, you wanna be a traveling comedian, right? Or did you think
Yeah.
everyone was gonna come to you? I'm sorry, I was
Oh
confused
yeah.
about that. You know,
That is
like,
not gonna work. That is
you're
not
gonna
gonna
go to
work.
them, bro. That's how it's gonna work. So either you're
Mhm.
realizing early on this ain't cut out for you, or you better find a residency in Las Vegas real quick.
Hmm.
I don't know of any other place. Oh, you can get a residency in Manhattan, I guess.
Yeah.
Residency in Vegas and Manhattan are the only places I've heard of people doing that.
A
Other than that,
comedy
you're
residency.
traveling. Yeah. Other than that,
Yeah.
you're just traveling to do shows and to make money. You gonna be a
Yeah.
movie star? Well, you better start acting instead of doing stand up.
Yeah. Yeah. I wonder like the forecast. I'm thinking about now. I'm thinking kind of like the future of Washington, um, and just
You
like
looking
how
at him, baby? No,
how
I'm just kidding.
there we go. Um, like I'm wondering like kind of like the forecast of it is like I guess it's it's weird to think where some people call us like the most woke city, or like I guess like Washington's the most woke place. Do you think we'll get consumed by it? Do you ever think about that? Do you ever think about like how there's some people policing comedy too much, and that
Yeah,
like
dude. Yeah,
it
yeah,
might
yeah,
even
yeah,
ruin
yeah.
it might even
Yeah.
ruin our chances of
You just can't listen to those people,
becoming
dude.
right. Oh yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. I
you
mean
can't
for
listen to
us,
those people.
100%, 100% you
Yeah.
can't listen to them. But as
People
far
are
as like
learning.
the climate
Oh, sorry.
goes,
Yeah,
no,
no,
no, no.
climate goes like
Yeah.
what people are learning, what like audiences are learning is that they can't listen to those people.
Hmm.
Um and
It's getting there.
it's getting there for sure. And like there will always be situations where like rape bad, no rape, rape bad, don't do that.
Hmm.
But like there's situations where like someone said something out of pocket and they ruined their whole career over it. And
Yeah.
it's like, all right, bro, we're telling jokes over here. You really think I'm talking with malicious intent? Maybe you should
Right.
check in your own heart, bro. Or like, if you don't like something, leave it alone. Like you don't have to. No one gives a fuck about your 2 cents, and a lot of it is entitlement, like thinking people give a fuck.
Hmm.
Nobody gives a fuck about you, dude. Like no one cares about how you feel. Offense can only be taken. I can't make you offended. I've seen a lot of people try to offend some of my African American friends, and they don't let it affect them, bro.
Yeah.
That
Huh.
like growing up in Aberdeen
Yeah.
and Hoquiam, I was friends with a couple people where people tried their hardest to offend them, and were they deep down hurt that they were trying to hurt them? Of course, but they weren't offended at the words they said because they
Yeah.
knew they were trying to offend them and they weren't taking offense. They weren't taking the offense someone was trying to give. And there's a big lesson in life for me, bro, that like people are
Yeah.
choosing to take offense to this.
Hmm.
Whether or not you know it, you're choosing to take offense.
Yeah. Oh, totally. Yeah. No, choosing to get offended. That's a part of it. And what my philosophy with those kind of jokes is like, I mean, it's sometimes it's just the word. Like just because the word
Mm.
rape is in there doesn't mean it's a rape joke. I
Right.
mean, it'll be defined as that. But I mean, for me, it's the payout. Like
If you
if
can
you're
go
if
through
you're gonna say
life.
those words, if you're gonna
Mhm.
say those words, it better be good. You say the word cancer. Someone in the audience probably has a family member died from cancer, so it better be fucking good.
Mhm.
Somebody you say the word cancer, you say one of those trigger words, it's gonna be like, you're. I described it really well, or actually, one of my coworkers we were talking, and it's
I
basically
gotta.
like when you have one of those words, it's like you're diving into the ocean. You're diving into the ocean, you're hoping to grab something. It's a long way, so it better be worth it. Where it's like, a common dick joke, that's just in a pond. You're just kind of grabbing something you can grab with your arm without even going all the way in. But like a rape joke, a cancer joke, like you're going to the ocean and it's very hard to grab something. But when you do, it's like a diamond. Like if you do a good one, there's few of them out there. Those are the ones that like some people just try to go way ahead of their time. They're a 2-year comic and they're trying to do cancer rape jokes. It's like, yeah, dude, you're not there yet. That's black belt level shit. Can't do
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, at the end of the day, it has to be funny. You can't just
Yeah.
get up there and say hurtful things,
Yeah.
even in the event of like, well, you're choosing to be hurt by that. It's like, yeah, but you're being an asshole.
Yeah.
I get that 100%. Like it has to be funny. Rule number 1 is be funny. I'd say rule number 2 is like don't cheat or don't steal and be original. But other than that,
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
but yeah, this whole thing of like choosing to be offended and stuff like that. Like it's sorry, my dog is making cow noises. I didn't know if you could hear it. It was hilarious.
I thought I heard like a
Um,
vibration, but yeah.
she was like, ugh. She's so bored. This is a
There you go.
riveting podcast. She is entirely enthralled. But no, I
She's
just
like,
like
"Ugh."
with that whole environment, man. Like those people that are offended by the word like rape or some or cancer. Like if I say cancer and it ruins your night, you need therapy, dude. Like that's a you problem, man. Like
Yeah. I
my
mean, some
words
people just
hurting
aren't ready to
you
hear
is not
that.
my problem. Well,
Hmm.
I'll say it. Go to fucking therapy.
Yeah.
It's not my problem, dude. I should be able to talk about what I want. And if that hurts you, that's on you.
Hmm.
I'm not with what I said earlier still standing. I'm being funny. I'm not trying to hurt anybody. I'm telling a joke. And if I say the word cancer and it ruins that joke for you, maybe you should look inward and wonder why that affects you so much and maybe not let words hurt you so much. I don't know. Because
Yeah.
there's real problems out there, bro. Like there's people dying. Like there are still slaves in the world. There are more slaves now than in the 1800s, bro.
It's a
Like
crazy fact. That's a
pick
crazy fact. Yeah.
pick what offends you, bro. Like the word
Hmm.
cancer or human slaves dying. Like I get we can be mad at both, but like how you spending your energy, dude?
Yeah. No, 100% fact. It is. Yeah. I'd say there's some people that use it as a punch though, like a punch up, where sometimes just like, how crude can I go? How many of
Yeah,
these offense
and
words I can throw in?
that's not what I'm talking
Yeah.
about.
No, not
But
at all,
those
not at all.
yeah.
I just know there's like a kind of genre of comedy that like there's just that opposite side of it where they go like they use that exact thing and just be like, yeah, fucking AIDS, cancer, rape, and it's just like, damn,
Yeah,
bro,
yeah.
like how many like getting offended ain't going to give you applause or
No.
it's like a
Uh,
goal. It's
there'll
like a
always
goal for
be edge
people.
lords out there. And to anyone that would disagree to what I said just now, like they at least know where I'm coming from. You know, that you can
Yeah,
disagree with what I say, but you know that there's truth to what I said.
yeah.
And there's no denying that. You know, I didn't say anything wrong right there. Like if I say a word and it makes you want to cry, you need therapy, dude. Like, you know
Dude,
what I'm saying? A
if you get
stranger, you
canceled,
know?
yeah, if you get canceled from this, I will know I blew up. But that's probably not the case. Probably not the case. Not popular yet. So you were talking about trying to be a road comic, like, and what's interesting is as I've been interviewing people, and I've asked them what their goals are, people really haven't had any clear cuts. Like they go, huh? I didn't actually think about what my goals were with comedy, which I'm like, that's pretty kind of interesting that like you're doing it and you don't. But I mean, it's kind of it can be understandable where sometimes you just got you're kind of one foot after the other. But it seems like you have a pretty clear like draft of what
Yeah,
you
dude.
want to do.
I'm not wasting my life. I know what I want to do, and that's be a traveling road comic, like obviously headlining throughout the
Hmm.
country, inspiring people to continue to do art, bro. As douchey as that sounds, like I started doing stand up because I saw one of my favorite stand ups do stand up, and I want to do that for somebody, bro. Like this is a really cool thing to do our life to, and I've heard a lot of comics say that like they feel like they found a cheat code to life because you don't need a day job. You don't have to wake up at 8 in the morning and go to a cubicle and sit there for 10 hours and come home. And although I sell weed for a living, I would still rather be a fucking traveling comedian, bro. That's
Yeah,
how cool it is. And
right.
if I can have more people foster this, like it's our job to keep it alive, bro. Like we're up. We got to keep stand up going, like for future generations, bro. That's what Pryor
Yeah,
did for us. That's like what every comic in the 80s did for us, hack or not. They did stand up and kept it going for us. They kept the seat warm for us. And I want to inspire more people to do comedy and to do whatever they like, man. I think art's cool as fuck.
yeah.
I want to be an artist for a living, man. It's amazing to me that people don't have goals. that you don't that you'll be spending so much time doing comedy and not know if you want to do it, like if you even like it. Like I knew from the moment I did it, I was like, this is cooler than any drug I've ever done. This is fucking rad, dude.
Yeah. So who was your favorite comic? Who's the comic that you saw?
It's changed since then. I mean, he's still one of mine, but it was Mark Norman.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I saw him at Laughs Comedy Club probably 5 years ago, and I was sitting in the very back, didn't know what to. It was the first comedy show I was ever at, and I was just like ridiculously inspired from it. And since then, a couple years had passed, and then my buddy, we kind of chickened our way into signing up for the open mic at TCC. So we went there once the pandemic opened up because we wanted to do it and everything shut down. So once it opened up in in February of 21, we started going for a couple months, get a hang of it. Then I went up in April, packed fucking TCC, do over 100 people there, which is hard to believe now. But when everything opened back up, those open mics on Wednesdays were popping, bro. Like nowhere to sit.
Yeah.
Like it was hardcore. And I had like arguably like a better set than I deserved. It was a hot set. Like I got great laughs my first time. I posted on Reddit. I was like, first time doing stand-up. How was it? Very foolish of me. But everyone was very nice.
How was it? It murdered.
Yeah. Everyone's done it, but they were like, that's a hot crowd. Like that was a good crowd. That was a good tape, or what. I kept getting that. And I was like, that's weird. I'm the guy. I'm up next. Obviously, bro. It's not the tape. And then I did a couple more and I was like, oh, that was a hot crowd.
Yeah.
Crowd. First time I ever did it, I did pretty damn good. And so I felt like that's why I got hooked.
Yeah. No, that's it's I find it hard, like, because my first time was really good too, and I wonder if it was bad, would I have gone back?
I wonder the same thing about myself, bro. If I had some of the bombs that I go through now, like the first time doing stand up, I don't know if I would have went back, because like I said, the first time I did it, it was a hot crowd, man. I was like number 7, like I didn't know any of this mattered, but all of it aligned well.
Yeah. Do you think there's like there's people that we see bomb, and like you never see it get better? Would you ever tell them, we're like, man, like this ain't it? This ain't
No,
it.
you have to. No, it's like drug addiction. You have to know you need help. You know what I'm saying? It's like you have to want to be better with drug addiction, and I think that same revelation has to happen to the comedian, right? Like people can go, dude, you suck, and for some people, it'll just make them want to go harder into comedy. You have to let them realize that they suck, and sometimes that means giving an opportunity to somebody that doesn't deserve it, so they can bomb their fucking tits off, and you can go, see. You're not funny.
Hey, but, hey, you want to be a headliner?
Yeah.
Like an open micer, just put him right in that.
Yeah. Oh, you think you're a headliner? Cool. I got you $250. You can't fill the time you pay me.
There you go.
Oh, shit. Put your money where your mouth is.
Has anyone ever done that challenge?
I've just made it up right now. I don't know if
I was like, that actually sounds like a good. That sounds like a really good, almost maybe game show type of thing. Be like, you just find a bunch of undeserving comics, be like, hey, you think you can do it here, and we're gonna.
It's like Bully Beatdown. Yeah, it's like Bully Beatdown, where they get their ass kicked every time.
Yes, they're cocky, they're too confident, and we go, okay, you're great. Well, let's put you where the pros are. You're gonna open for Louis C.K., and we're gonna turn off the AC. And it's gonna be in a theater. Good luck.
Yeah, and just watch them just shovel shit into their mouth, Just be like, anyway, what's the deal with abortion, guys? Am I right? Be like, that crowd sucked.
Man. Yeah. That's what happened too. Like even through that, like, so what'd you learn from this? He goes, that crowd just wasn't hot. Like, what the fuck? Like, he still wouldn't even take the responsibility. Wow, that's a fucking good idea.
Boom.
That is not bad. That is not a fucking bad idea.
Yeah.
Shit, man.
You make a highlight reel of all those of the sweet bomb moments, and you string it together for like a 10-minute set of the worst moments of that bomb.
Yeah.
Yeah.
AIDS, am I right, folks? And just trying to pander.
And then it's just crickets. You can add in like crickets and shit, dude. People will die laughing at that because people watch Kill Tony because people suck. You might as well get
Right.
like good high quality footage of people sucking for a while and have people laugh at
Yeah.
it. Put laugh track in at the wrong spot, you know.
Yeah. Oh, dude.
Like let the silence
That's the
go 8
worst.
seconds and then the laugh starts, you know.
Oh
Um,
yeah, no, there's those laughs. Like there's those laughs where like you're not doing good, but somebody, one of your friends, maybe it's just like hoo, 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 hoo. Like that's all you can hear. You're like, oh no, they're
yeah, you hear
laughing at the
fucking
wrong
Brandon
spot.
in the back room laugh at my joke not work. That fucking pisses me off.
Oh yeah,
Yeah. God damn it.
yeah, that
Just
sucks.
because I
That
didn't
sucks
wiggle
when you,
my eyebrows at the right spot, I swear, bro. It would have
yeah.
worked if I wiggled.
God damn, man. Well, that's funny, man. I appreciate your time, man. I think this is probably a good place to end
All
off
right.
on, man. So you got a lot of shows coming up.
Yes, sir.
You got the Instagrams, Jeremiah Hughes.
Yeah, Jeremiah Hughes comedy on all the social media and stuff. I might have a new podcast starting soon, so that'd be fun
Ooh.
with Crispin,
Oh, with
Crispy.
Chris. Oh,
Yeah,
dude, he said he's gonna make me a fucking like Brazilian steak dinner. So, is that the one? Is that the one that is on? He said he's gonna have one where it's like making food for people.
yeah. That's his podcast called Two Minds. Free plug. He can pay me later through blowjobs. But
You?
Two Minds, gulp gulp, Crispin. But he said he wants to do like a separate one with
Hmm,
with me. That's
okay.
like similar to like not this we're not ripping it off, but like similar to like Tuesdays with Stories or Matt and Shane's Secret Podcast, where you're just like a couple buddies shooting the shit, being original and personal. How original is that podcast? Not very anymore, but
Oh yeah, yeah. You owe a million people some royalties.
yeah.
But
But it's all
yeah,
good,
no, that's
man.
what's up, man.
We're gonna
Yeah.
be ourselves. We're gonna be fun, and I'm gonna show my penis in most episodes. So if you want to see a a very very unattractive, unseasoned, unexperienced penis, you can see Crispin's at during the podcast.
Boom. There we go.
Hey, misdirection. You
Reverse.
thought I was talking about me? Nope, I have a huge
Reverse.
dick.
I love it, man. Well, hey, brother, thanks for coming on. Really appreciate it. Yeah, be sure to follow him on the socials. Petetorious for myself, and I will see you on the next episode.
All right, dude.
Stay
Hail
sexy,
Satan.
everybody.
Thanks for having me.
Hail Satan. Shalom.